Hello, my friends. I am so happy to be here today, and I really missed you while we were on break. Today, I have a question for you, a morning message, and it says, over break, I went sledding. Love, Miss Jody. I'm wondering, what kind of clothes do you need for going sledding? You're right, you need something you wear on your hands. What are those called? Mittens or gloves, and something you wear on your hat, your head, a hat, and something you wear on your body that zips, a coat, something you wear on your legs, pants, but something else, snow pants, and what do you wear on your feet? Boots. Well, today's book is all about something that you wear in the snow. Are you ready? It's called The Mitten. And The Mitten is adapted and illustrated by Jan Brett with the front cover and the back cover. On the back cover, there's a picture of Jan Brett, and there's a shape of a mitten with a boy in it. Let's read our story. Once, there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. So he wanted white mittens. I wonder who that's going to be right there. Do you see this person in the mitten? This book has hints as to what's on each page. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow-white mittens, and finally Baba made them. So if you look outside, what's our next hint in the mitten? Do you see a tree with snow on it? I wonder if that's going to be our hint. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. But then I will look to see if you still have your snow-white mitten. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long before one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. Oh no, because Baba said first she's going to look to make sure he is safe, and then she is going to look for the mitten. Ooh. Do you see this guy? He's going to be our next clue. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and it burrowed inside. Burrowed. That means kind of like a digging to get in somewhere. It was cozy and warm and just the right size. So he decided to stay. Ooh, what's on our next clue? A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. And then, it was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them. But when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, his big feet, he moved over. Ooh, I wonder what kind of animal that is. What's on our next clue? Next, a hedgehog came out snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not ones to argue with the someone covered in prickles. They made room. The hedgehog is covered in prickles. He is very, very pokey. Ooh, I wonder what the next... Do you see what the next clue is? You're right, it's an owl. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion. Ooh, commotion, that's an interesting word. Commotion means like a lot of noise and motion. Swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. His talons are like his nails on the ends of his feet. Uh-oh. I wonder what the next clue is going to be. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten, and he began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left. But when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb of the mitten. Do you think that big badger could squeeze into that little thumb of the mitten? Oh, what's in our next clue? The fox. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A wave of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotted by, stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy, which is another word for sleepy. The fox poked his muzzle in, and when the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. Uh-oh. Do you see the next clue? A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with the bear? The mitten swelled. That means it got bigger, and it stretched, and it was pulled and bulged to many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. The mitten didn't break. Oh, who's that next one coming in? It's a mouse. Along came the meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wiggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the big bear's nose. Oh. Uh-oh. Who's the clue coming now? It's Nikki in the clue box. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Ah! Ah! Achoo! And the force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky, and it scattered the animals in all directions. When it says it scattered, it means like it threw the animals everywhere in different places. Oh, I see a boy running in the mitten. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was his last mitten, saluted against the blue sky. Oh, if you look in the clue box now, there's all the animals being scattered all over. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound. Then, do you remember what she was going to look for next? To see if he had his new snow-white mittens. And he did. But look at the difference. Do you see a difference in these mittens? We have a big mitten that was all stretched out by the animals and a little mitten. And Baba looks a little bit confused. The end. Bum, 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 bum. I love the story about the mitten, and I cannot wait to hear how you're doing the activity today. So today's challenge is not going to be a number this time. It is going to be the letter A. A for alligator and apple and amazing. Because I think you're pretty amazing. So to make an A, you go up, down, and a line in the middle to make a capital A. Again, you go up, down, and in the middle. Okay, I cannot wait to hear about how your day goes. But before we leave, we have to do our good morning song. Are you ready? Hello to you. Hello to you. Hello, my friends. Hello to you. And I hope you have an absolutely marvelous day.